Okay. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, centaurs and polywogs, it is VOM 130, and Dave Benham would like to introduce himself by saying, "Welcome to VOM, everyone."
Way to go, Mr. Dave.
All right.
Dave Benham, y'all. So, oh goodness, how embarrassing!
Goodness. How embarrassing! You're a floating head amongst the audio profiles. Ay, ay, ay.
How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing fine. I would like to figure out how to be a floating head just like Rowan Corbett, but today is not that day.
Well, maybe someday I will show you the way.
Well, do you remember doing it old school and I was screencasting, and so I would just take my square and I would just be like, I would just drag it across the screen like la 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 la. It was marvelous, I thought.
Oh, how we've grown.
Oh, how we've grown indeed. I'm sort of like an
And oh, how
inspired
you
because
have grown, our audience. Welcome to VOM. This is a virtual open mic. We do this every Monday evening. My name is Rowan Corbett, and we also have here with us Mr. Rob of Ilyami. And yeah, we're going to oh, goodness. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're going to entertain you
Sorry,
for a little
I took
while.
control there. Well, Rowan Corbett, welcome to VOM 130. And I guess did you take all that copious amount of relaxing Dave Benham time to figure out what you were going to play?
I figured out one thing.
What not to play?
I figured well, I'm definitely not gonna play Native American flute because I don't do it nearly as well as Dave.
Wise man.
I have dabbled in the past, and we'll just leave that in the past. So, but we did this lovely festival this weekend in Ellicott City, the Main Street Festival, and not only did I get to play with Tinsmith, or Ilyami, I got to play with Tinsmith as well, my Irish band. And so I thought I might do one of those songs, if that's okay.
Fine with me.
Okay, good. Do something a little different. All right. So this is called Bolts and Locks. Oh, hang on. What am I doing?
What is he doing?
Okay, you got it. Rob's on it. Robbie's on it. It's not a dream, a sweet, sweet dream. All in my arms, I had her. But when I woke, found nothing so. No man on earth was matter. I went on to her uncle's house, expecting there to find her. Her uncle said, she is not here, which set my heart on fire. I turned around to go away. My love came to the window, saying, dear, I'd keep your company, but bolt and lock should enter. My passions flew, my sword I drew. I swore that room I'd enter, and by that means came sweet liberty. So soon as I did enter, another land, another man immediately followed, saying, if you do not quit that room, all in your blood she'll wallow. My sword I drew. I swore that room I'd enter, and by that means came sweet liberty. So soon as I did enter, I took my love by the right hand, a broadsword in the other. Send a young man who looked like me, take one and fight the other.
You said that was Irish. You play that with your Irish band.
I did play with my Irish band.
That didn't have anything about potatoes in it.
Well, the song the song is actually probably English.
And they killed all the potatoes. Okay, that makes sense then. All right.
But I found it through the playing of a gentleman by the name of Bruce Molsky, who's an amazing instrumentalist. Plays everything: guitar, fiddle, banjo. And I think he learned it in Appalachia. But the song obviously references swords and such, so it seems to have older roots. Probably English or Scottish. So, but hard to know. So, but yeah, it was the first time I played with Tinsmith in over a year, publicly. So, it was nice to get back out and stretch our wings a little bit.
I had not thought to warn you that it was going to be on an elevated stage, and I'm just so grateful that you and Henry didn't wear kilts, because it could have been problematic.
Well, I'm usually the kilted one. Like so for those of you who don't know, Henry Cross, who plays bass with Tinsmith, we often get confused because we look strikingly similar, both, chocolatey bald men, and but he almost never wears a kilt. So, if you see one of us,
look down.
Yeah. And that should be your clue. Well, anyway, I'm going to do one more song for you. Up after me is going to be Mr. John Roberts. We got him back again, which is very lovely indeed. So, and I'm going to do a song for you called The Minotaur.
Too many tunings. Yes, too many tunings to
tunings.
be in the training order. I was thinking about jumping in on Ebo, and then I was like, nope, too many tunings.
You should.
Oh, no, no, that's cool.
I usually, I think part of it is I usually tune before I put on the capo, but I did it the other way this time.
Madness.
Confused me.
You can find out more about Rowan's other band at tinsmith.net. Not .com, that's a roofer.
That is correct. But so if you need, some, corrugated metal for your roof, I'd hardly suggest you go there because I can't help you with the other one.
Was that HEARTILY or HARDLY? Correct response. Please welcome Rowan Corbett.
This is not ancient Greece. I am no oracle. I'm prone to the many faults and flaws of mankind. My father, he is no God, he is but flesh and bone. My flesh is weak, bones will break, just like courage and resolve. As a boy, I prayed to be just like you, to on your art, your honor and your courage, your resolve. This is not ancient Greece, but I see the monster you've become. The Minotaur's shadow on the wall. Words pursue me through a maze of crippled logic. Disturbed by your lack of faith, confined by your resolve. Just behind me now, and I've got nowhere left to run. You track my every movement. So you want me in my place, and I'll never down you again. The volcano blows, the ash falls down like rain. I still love you, but I'll never be the same. I'll never be the same.
Nice. Huzzah.
I'm old now.
The volume triggered thing worked really, really well tonight. That was really
Yeah,
really
I was experimenting with it a little bit, so I'm glad it worked. Anyway, that's enough out of me. I think next up, as I mentioned, we have Mr. John Roberts. How you doing, John?
I'm doing very well, thanks.
Excellent. So what do you have for us this evening?
I thought I'd give this song a try. It's I guess it was 1972. I heard on vinyl record Roberta Flack sing this song, and I was in love.
That was gorgeous.
That was
Thank you.
definitely lovely.
That's a beautiful arrangement. Is that your arrangement or?
Yes. Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you very much. Well, I thought I should try something a little different. Open mics, you try stuff out. So here's something I'm working on. It does use a looper. It's not in the guitar, it's on the floor pedal. Oh, I have a looper story real quick. I was playing a wedding once, and I was using this looper, and when you know, the thing failed right when I needed to play. So I looked over to the piano player and I said, in a big stage whisper, the looper died, so that she would know to keep playing. She didn't hear the looper died. She heard Mr. Looper died.
Oh no!
She thought there was somebody in the wedding party named Mr. Looper who died.
Oh no, not Mr. Hooper. Oh.
Yes, exactly.
And did she stop playing?
No, she kept playing, fortunately. It was an old Gibson unit, and we just kind of made a little cardboard coffin for it and got rid of it. Oh well, here we go.
Good night, everyone. How can you follow those two guys? Oh.
No,
John,
no.
that was like your finest night. I think that's
Yeah.
the best I've heard you play.
Yep, it's all downhill from here.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I think I'm just getting a little more relaxed with the group. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Very welcoming, friendly people. Thank you.
Here, here.
Well, let's see here. I believe next up we have Joe Boy back after a long absence. It's good to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Now,
How's everybody doing?
pretty good, pretty good. And for those in the audience who might not know, you're from the St. Louis area, correct?
Yeah, I'm coming at you from St. Louis. Is everybody still primarily like Baltimore area?
Close enough.
Close enough. Okay.
I moved to the moon.
What Nevada
I'm
Jim
from
Bentonville
Edwardsville.
it is.
Oh,
I'm
that's
from
beautiful.
Naperville?
Well, it's nationwide. That's the most beautiful thing I think that came out of
We'll
this
have
whole thing.
Oklahoma in later tonight.
Oh, excellent. Dude, represent. That's beautiful.
Nice.
Anyway, I've got a couple songs to Woodshed. I've got a gig coming up this Saturday. It's like a poetry event, and I think I'm going to be one of the lone musicians, so I want to be really respectful of their times. So I'm like workshopping the short versions of a couple songs. So here we go, if you're ready. This first one goes out to anybody that's been in any kind of relationship ever. She's fine. She's fine. I know because I've asked 3 times, and each time she replies that she is fine. She's okay, she's okay. She don't have much more to say, so take it at face. She's okay. So she's fine, she's so fine. And just to double check, I'm gonna ask her one more time. She's fine. He's fine. He's fine. I know because I've asked him thrice, and each time his reply is that he is fine. He's okay, he's okay. He don't have a lot to say, so take it on faith that he's okay. So he's fine, he's so fine, and just to make damn sure, I'm gonna ask him one more time. He's fine. They're fine. They're fine. I know. I asked them over wine, and each time they replied that they are fine. They're okay, they're okay. Just home from holiday. There's no way that that's fake. They're okay. So they're fine, they're so fine. And I'd keep asking, but I don't wanna waste their time. They're fine. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba 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 da ba ra da za da ba da da ba ba da 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 da. I'm fine. I'm fine. You can bet your bottom dime. So long as I'm alive, say I'm fine. I'm okay, I'm okay. just got no need to check on me today. In fact, I'm doing so good, I'm great, I'm okay. So I'm fine, I'm so fine. When those clouds roll in, I'm gonna be that silver line. We're fine.
Nice.
All right, and this next one is about living in St. Louis during the week of Thanksgiving 2014. It was a particularly rough week. This one's called Bobby Said. This is where I normally look out around the crowd. The jury's out until Monday. The waiting is the hardest part. When Bobby spoke, could have sworn it was a joke. The words, they sounded so bizarre. Now on TV, behind me, a burning police car. Turn around Tuesday morning, my quick trip station is gone. How in the name of all that is right does everybody get it so wrong? My poor city's burned and split down to the bone. When Bobby said, ooh, we ain't got to feel bad, even though we put a couple bullets in his head, it was justified. Well, that's just what Bobby said. We're still marching come Wednesday, kids still being shot down. Now every race has its losers, everybody gets to act in a clown. You know it ain't just us here in our little town. You know it ain't just us here in our little town. When the Bobby says, ooh, we ain't got to feel bad, even though we keep on pumping people full of lead, it was justified. Well, that's just what the Bobby said. Tonight spend time with the family. Tomorrow we'll lay down at the mall. People's gathering, singing, chanting, blocking bridges and shutting down city halls. We've been shouting so long, have we got any voice left at all? When the Bobby says, ooh, we ain't got to feel bad, even though we keep on pumping people full of lead, they were justified. Well, that's just what the Bobby said. Bobby said, ooh, we ain't got to feel bad, even though we took a knee right on his neck, it was justified. Well, that's just what the Bobby said. Bobby said, ooh, we ain't got to feel bad, no holds barred in New York. I couldn't breathe when I read it was justified. Well, that's just what the Bobby said. Bobby said, ooh, we ain't got to feel bad. We thought the gun was real, who knew it was a toy instead? Well, it was justified. That's just what the Bobby said. They were justified. Well, that's just what the Bobby said. Was it justified, or is that just what the Bobby said?
right. A cab.
Joe boy.
And some, I'm sure, are nice people.
Nice apples.
Sure.
Yeah, those don't spoil the bunch, right? 1 or 2 bad apples. That's not. It's not how the saying
Yeah,
goes.
that's what we learned from the Osmonds.
You need a bushel?
Heyo.
Arrows times arrow, whatever. Relentless
Sure.
entropy.
Yep. Time 0 marches on.
Anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Joe Boy, and thank you for that
Thank
song.
you.
Good seeing you, however briefly.
Likewise. You guys all sound great too. Thank you.
All right. Well, next up we've got Mr. Steve Patton. How you doing, Steve?
Well, I'm here. I got a little bit of tickling going on in my throat, but we get through this weekend. Your wife's got cancer, your children have all moved on. You thought they'd be here when you were gone. You thought you'd be sitting on top of the world by now. You work your fingers to the bone and still somehow all you got is another elder, sad load on your shoulder. Well, look at that, brother, the sun going down, and you still standing on shaky ground. The house needs painting, barns in need of a roof. The cow's gone dry and your horse is paving home. He's plumb wore out, and there's plowing needing done. You can't even find the will to fetch your gun. All you got is another elder, same old load on your shoulder. Well, look at that, brother, the sun going down, and you still standing on shaky ground. You keep praying to the heavens for your life to change, but seems your God's out of hearing rain. You ought to come to sheriff and the banker mine. Got foreclosure papers in their hand, and all you get is another elder, sad old load on your shoulder. Well, look at that, brother, the sun going down, and you still standing on shaky ground. Yeah, look at that, brother, the sun going down, and you still standing on shaky ground. That was suggested by a suggestion.
You don't say.
It just turned out that way. That was a recent one. Dig back in a little song to my wife that is autobiographical. No, that's not it. Well, it was here a minute ago. Well, no. Oh yeah, here it is. It's a mystery, I could have been so blind, searching for what I'd already found, deafened by the wheels a turning in my mind. Though the angels sang, I never heard the sound. I've been standing right outside of heaven's door from the day I walked into my life, and I've had what I was searching for right here in my arms every night. I see now that I had it all wrong, looking for clues to life's mystery, in the lyrics and the theme of the song, when all the beauty lies in the melody. I've been standing right outside of heaven's door from the day you walked into my life. And I've had what I was searching for right here in my arms every night. I see it clearly now, there in your heart, what I should have known from the start. There's no mystery to be analyzed, there's no secret to an open heart. I've been standing right outside of heaven's door from the day you walked into my life. And I've had what I was searching for right here in my arms every night. Yes, I've had what I was searching for right here in my arms every night. Thank you. Thank you.
Right on. Thanks, Steve.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's seeming like your voice is back to, back to cask strength, as they say. After your I know.
I don't know that I'm back to strength. For some reason, I'm a lot older than I was before I got the dang stuff. Man, not that I was ever any good to start with, but I mean, it's just the energy level's gone.
Yeah. But I'm glad you're back in it with us, though. Thanks, man. All right, next up.
Full to be here. It's good.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Nevada Jim Bentonville. How you doing, Jim?
Well, actually, I'm not doing too well. Things haven't been going so good for me. I've got a car payment and a girlfriend, and they're both late.
I hope that's a joke.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Jim. It was great to see you.
That was his tight 30 seconds.
Yeah. And then my record label decided to keep my record and release me.
Does that count as 2 songs? Just checking. Checking with the host.
And
I
make
think it
matters
is 2
even
songs,
worse.
10 minutes, whichever shorter or one pun.
Yes.
Okay.
And to make matters even worse, my local country music station hasn't been playing my songs as much as they used to. And I asked them why, and they said, "We feel they're no longer commercially viable." I said, "Thank you." So I decided to play their silly games. And
By the way, there's a couple of my prompts I could use there.
yeah. So I decided to play their silly games. And I turned on the radio, and I grabbed a piece of paper and a pencil, and I wrote down every country music cliche that I heard that day. And I mixed them all up, mixed them around, and finally came up with a song. And so would you like to hear it?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's called Just Call Me Country. And goes something like this. Actually, it goes exactly like this. I like picking on my old guitar, drinking my whiskey from an old fruit jar, driving my truck though it won't go far. Just call me country. I've got holes in my old blue jeans. I love young women still in their teens, but I don't go for any drama queens. Just call me country. I hit the bars on a Saturday night, grab my woman and I hold her tight, dancing and a hugging, it's so fine. We make hay when the sun don't shine. I like to whittle with my pocket knife. I got me a dog and a pretty good wife, 2 best things ever in my life. Just call me country. I hit the bars on a Saturday night, Grab my woman and I hold her tight, dancing and a hugging, it's so fine. We make hay when the sun don't shine. I like to whittle pocket knife. I got me a dog and a damn good wife. Two best things ever in my life. Just call me country. Just call me country. Let's see how that works out.
And did the radio station play that one for you?
No.
No?
No.
Sorry, it's
Dog
too
got
commercially
top billing
viable.
over the wife, though.
Yeah.
Well, what you
Like
got for
Bill
us
Monroe,
next?
before he died, he said,
You must be submitting to the same radio station I am.
yeah, right. I think I heard that before Bill Monroe died, a reporter asked him, do you listen to the radio? And he says, no, there's no country music left on the radio. I think he's right.
Wrong.
Yeah, wrong. Well, anyway. Not too long ago, I was down in Nashville in a songwriters round with my friend Roscoe Bino, and when it was her turn, our friend Kathy picked up her guitar and she started playing, and right away we knew something was wrong. So she started again, and something was still wrong, and then she realized that she was playing a song in standard guitar tuning, but her guitar was turned to dadgad tuning. So we all had a good laugh. And she commenced to play a song in dadgad, and it was hauntingly beautiful. And I'd fooled around with dadgad over the years, but I couldn't come up with anything that, sounded like that. So I went home and I retuned the guitar, and I fooled around with it for 2 or 3 days, and I came up with the song, and I thought it was pretty good. So I entered it in the prestigious Walnut Valley Festival New Song Contest in Winfield, Kansas, and it won for Best Instrumental. I won't play it for you here today because it'd take me about an hour and a half to retune my guitar, but you can hear it on my website if you like. It's nevadajim.com, and here it's called, what's it called? It's called Spring is Here.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. I ended that wasn't the name of the song. That was a different song, but I composed another one that I intend to enter next year, and I hope the judges like it, but more importantly, I hope you all like it. Spring is here. There goes everything.
That was very lovely.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you for letting me be here tonight. I really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, man. That was great. Before we go on, I'd like to remind those out there in internet land that this is VOM, the virtual open mic. We do this every Monday evening. My name is Rowan Corbett, and I'm your host for the evening. And again, before we go on, I would like to let people out there in the St. Louis area know that Joe Boy's show is at Herb Arts. So if you're in the St. Louis area, go check him out on Saturday at Herb Arts. And there's a link in the comments that Rob posted a little while ago, so you can find out more details, such as address and time and all those things. But now, it is time for something completely different. Mr. Jules Bland, how are you, Mr. Jules Bland?
Hey, Jules Bland.
Hi, hello, and good morning.
Good morning.
How
Sure.
am I? That's question, isn't it?
Is one of many that I have posed this evening, and only
you're
the
just
most
the-
recent.
You're the questionnaire.
Look out, Batman, it's me, the questionnaire. What is your mother's maiden name?
What are the last 4 digits of your social security number? Are you just trying to get into my bank?
Just
What's
generally,
happening?
yeah, just trying to steal your password info. It's really transparent villain.
Yeah. Worst Frank Gorshin impression I've ever heard, by the way.
Yeah, but that was what Matt Reeves was going for when he wanted more realistic. It's like, these credit scammers and password thieves, like, they're real. That's real.
That's real.
Joker, that's not real. All right. Speaking of real, this song's a real bummer. So strap in. She said, Andy, you're better than your past. Winked at me and drained her glass. Cross-legged on a bar stool like nobody sits anymore. She said, Andy, you're taking me home. But I knew she planned to sleep alone. Carry her to bed and sweep up the hair from the floor. If I'd fucked her before she got sick, I'd never hear the end of it. She don't have the spirit for that now. We drink our drinks, laugh out loud, bitch about the weekend crowd, and try to ignore the elephant somehow. Somehow. She said, Andy, you cracked me up. Seagram's in her coffee cup. Sharecropper eyes and her hair almost all gone. When she was drunk, she'd make cancer jokes, made up her own doctor's notes. Surrounded by family, I saw that she was dying alone. I'd sing a Willie Nelson song, she'd get high and sing along. She don't have the voice to sing with now. We burn these joints in effigy, cry about what we used to be, and try to ignore the elephant somehow. Somehow. buried her 1,000 times, giving up my place in line, but I don't give a damn about that now. There's one thing that's real clear to me, and no one dies with dignity. We just try to ignore the elephant somehow. 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 Sure.
That's
Why
a good
not?
one.
That's Jason Isbell's song.
Jason who now?
Jason what now?
Yeah.
What in the what?
He's a good Alabama boy. He's one of the good ones.
Wait, we agree on a songwriter. Look at that.
Chris, we agree on too many things. It's a problem.
It worries me. I don't know who to be more worried for,
It's
honestly.
bad for everybody.
It's
all
bad
the way
for the
down.
Republic.
But Jules,
Yeah. Yes.
Jules,
Yes?
he doesn't like Tom Waits, though.
No.
Oh.
I know,
Waits. Don't tell me.
I might listen to that podcast, though.
It's just people not listening to Tom Waits.
Jonathan Colton doing like versions of his songs off in the corner.
Yeah.
I'd listen to that. I'd listen to
Yeah,
that.
yeah, right.
All right.
Speaking of Tom Waits, he may or may not be at the first and only open mic on Thursday nights. It's at El Golfo in Silver Spring. It's the only open mic on Thursdays at El Golfo in Silver Spring at 6:30 p.m. on Thursdays. That's it. That's the end of the ad. The ad's over, so anything that happens after this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
If only I had hosting duties, I could put up a certain overlay, but I don't. I'm just
Oh, don't worry. Rob came back just to do that.
Okay. he's not even talking. He's just chewing, looking for the overlay.
Yep. It's probably there, flashing over my face right now. Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yep. I'll go back, watch it later, and yeah, you can't find it. Okay, good. I'm glad we all achieved our destiny. Been harboring resentment like a fugitive. I've grown used to it. Rummage through the wreckage of my life to find relief. Old habits die hard and I'm proving it. I refuse to quit, remaining disaffected just to aid in my deceit. And I don't wanna live here in a rush with nowhere to go. And I don't wanna die here on my knees out in the cold. It's taking everything I've got to stop me climbing up the walls, just to fall. I'll hold on tight, don't let go. Anything it takes to keep the beast below. Sleepless nights, winding roads. Oh, I've grown to know the the darkness. Maybe I'm just better off alone. Better off alone. Tried burying it down and erasing it. Isolationist. Stay that way from day to day, and maybe I'll be fine. Couldn't get away even if I try to flee. It's inside of me. When all you know is pain, you can't sustain a stable mind. And I don't want my life back. That act was getting old. And I don't wanna pass the time rehashing fights from years ago. But when I look into the mirror, I can't find the killer's eyes. Oh, and you know I tried. I hold on tight, don't let go. Anything it takes to feed the beast below. Start a fight, wreck a home. I've grown to love the darkness. Maybe I'm just better off alone. But better off alone. This is my impression of Harrison
Very
Ford
nice.
in regarding Henry having never seen the film. I think I want a Ritz cracker. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Thursday nights, El Golfo. Bring your own Ritz crackers.
Ellicott City.
Yep, Silver Spring. Yep.
Ellicott
6:30 p.m. Silver Spring, El Golfo, Flower Avenue.
Ellicott
Can't miss
City.
it. Yep.
Dueling open mics.
Ellicott
It's
City.
the open mic wars of 2022. No one is safe.
Nope. No one is.
And Hulk Hogan shows up.
When the weather gets cold, you'll be the winner.
Oh yeah, and
Then you'll have revenge.
I'm only the loser in the 3 months where it's fine to be outside here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, besides in my personal life when I'm a loser. Anyway,
Well,
who's next?
that which goes without saying, Josh. I wasn't gonna.
Well, if we're talking about the next loser, that's me. But up next is Dave Benham. So not loser. Hi, Dave.
What happened to Matt Holson?
Oh, dang it.
He got trapped in that hole.
I was trying to be all slick. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, let me go after Dave.
Are
I
you
wanna
sure?
Listen to Dave. Yeah. Gives me time to tune.
Okay. Tuning is no
Also
joke.
tuning.
And you got to find your way out of that tunnel eventually. So
Oh.
Well, I'm confused. Who's going now?
I got another song.
you're going to.
Okay.
It's gone off the rails. It's all good. How you doing,
Was it
Dave?
going okay before I got here? Just so I know.
I'm doing okay. Wasn't prepared. Let's see. Which flute am I going to start with? I'll start with this one.
Flute, 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 flute.
Oh, it's, you know what? I'll do this now. Dun, ba-dum, bum. Somewhere there. Yes. Back to an old friend, my subharmonicon emulator. And on this one, I'm taking one of the bass lines from the sequence that's going really, really slow. I think it's going at 15 beats per minute. And I'm passing it through a filter to pick out these high harmonics, and it ends up kind of sounding like a string section or a violin or something like that, like another part. And we'll see how it all goes. Probably not.
Sorry, we're having a pretty in-depth conversation about blue whale hearts.
Yeah. Yeah, I need a
Sorry.
name for that piece.
Obviously, blue whale heart.
Yeah.
That'll work.
What do you have for us next, man?
Next, I have my newest patch that I did. So this is for Very Cool Patch Challenge number 73, VCP 73. So every month, the VCV Rec community puts out a challenge with some limitation to try to create some patch, to try to force people to do something different. And this one was to create a patch that does not use a sequencer. And so I did one it's just got a descending baseline scale that uses a quantizer with a ramp wave with equal probability of getting any given note to get a descending scale. And then I have an arpeggio, but I didn't use an arpeggiator. I kind of constructed an arpeggiator with a simple 4-note sequence, rising sequence, repeating, but then it randomly adds a fifth interval to each note at different times, and then after that it adds a seventh, so it ends up being an octave ahead. And
What?
I'm sorry.
No, don't repeat it though. But, holy crap! I think ramp wave was actually the left foot of the super transformer aggregator and arpeggiator who came together to form Aggressor in the 5th generation of Transformers.
Actually, I was following that, and it did make sense.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, thank
Hey,
you.
you may have been following it, but you can't tell me it made sense.
Matt and Dave can go to their island together. It's fine.
So it ends up starting at ascending scale, but ascending arpeggio. But then because they're adding intervals at odd different times, it gets out of sequence. So the name of this piece is Out of Sequence, and plus there's no sequencers involved.
Nice.
Ew.
That's really impressive, Dave. So you did all that just by building it, from like fundamental blocks rather than
It's and it's using it's just a ramp wave, just a ramp down. So it starts at 2 volts and goes down to 0 for the descending scale, and then just the quantizer does the work of figuring out when to pick out a new note, because it when it gets closest to the next note, and then the other one. Yeah, it doesn't matter how that one's done, but that's all. It's all based on ramp waves to get the timing.
Still very
and
cool.
various voltage thresholds.
Nice.
It's a fun patch. And what I like it's such a simple concept. I mean, forget the patching, but I'm talking musically. It's really simple, but I like the beautiful result that it gets.
That's my favorite patch on the synth that I've heard of yours. Very nice.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Well, I think next up we got Matt Hulson, because I'm a knucklehead and can't read the list properly. So,
Hey, reading is hard, buddy. Go easy on yourself.
How you doing, Matt?
Passable, tolerable.
Good.
I'm in one of those moods, though. I'm looking down the list of songs that I normally do, and I don't want to sing any of them.
Does that mean I get my request this week?
Sure. What's your request?
You won't play it. It's Learn to Forget.
Oh, nah, I'm not ready for
see?
that.
Told you so.
Let's see. Grab your coat, get your hat, leave your worries at the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can you hear that pitter pat? And that happy sound is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade, but now I'm not afraid. This rover has crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Old dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade, but now I'm not afraid. This rover has crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Old dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. On the sunny side of the street.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one to pick.
Very nice.
Let's see.
What's that one you do that's Argentine? Is that it?
Oh, there's a couple of those. The one about the lonely cowboy.
Oh, yeah. That's the one.
I don't grease my axles because the squeaking's the only thing that keeps me company on the trail. Yeah, they got those down there too. Yeah. This is called the Los Ejes de mi Carreta, my wheel axles. That's basically what he says. You know, I don't need silence because I don't have anybody to think about. I used to, but that was a long time ago. So. Porque no engraso mis ejes, me llama de abandonado. Porque no engraso mis ejes, me llaman abandonado. Si a mí me gusta que suenen, ¿pa' qué las voy a engrasar? Es demasiado aburrido seguir y seguir la huella. Es demasiado aburrido seguir y seguir la huella. Andar y andar los caminos sin nada que me entretenga. No necesito silencio, yo no tengo en quién pensar. No necesito silencio, yo no tengo en quién pensar. Tenía, pero hace tiempo, ahora no tengo nada. Los ejes de mi carreta nunca los voy a engrasar.
Man, I love those bass walks. They're just so cool. I know it's I know it's like a feature of the style.
It's kind of part of the style, yeah.
Yeah, but it's so cool.
So you're going to translate all the lyrics for us now?
Oh, it's not much to it because I don't grease my axles. They call me careless, abandoned, literally. If I want them to squeak, why should I grease them? That's the first verse. Second verse is it's too boring following the same rut. You know, actually, seguir y seguir, following and following the same rut, traveling and traveling the same roads with nothing to entertain me. And then the last verse is, I don't need silence. I have no one to think about. I used to, but a long time ago. Now I got nothing.
Wow. So cool.
Cowboy lyrics. Lonely cowboy out in his cart, you know.
Nice.
All right. Well, let's get the lonely cowboy Rob up on
where
stage.
is he? Oh, there he is.
Cowboy Rob. I don't know about
Not
all
to be
that.
confused with lonely cowboy Bert.
Well, just say, golly, Pee-wee. Say that for me. No? Nobody's a Cowboy Curtis fan, I see.
I think he
Hey.
charges money for that.
I think I just outed myself. Hey, Rob, how's it going? Why don't you play a song?
That was
Nice
was that a
save,
Pee Wee Herman
sir.
reference?
Nice save.
It was.
Is that Larry Fishburne?
Yes.
You're not alone.
Lawrence now.
Yeah, but
Kristen
then it was
introduced
Larry.
Kristen introduced me to Pee Wee Herman. I think in the first couple months of COVID.
What's he like? What's he
Was he
like? Is
nice?
he nice in person?
What a weird thing. What a weird thing.
At least he went to an adult movie theater and didn't pull a tube in. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I think that in many ways he did the right thing.
I think he's right-handed. Yeah.
And in a couple ways he didn't, but
I don't know much about him, but the Pee Wee Herman things were like, what the hell's going on here?
I'm amazed you were unfamiliar.
It falls into the category of like my brother liked that, so I couldn't like that.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I suck at playing the rhythm. Once upon a time, it all worked out. The sun was bright, the ocean's rising, more space to swim. All right, and it'll keep you fit. The ocean's rising, hey, one last time. I'd say it's fine. Brick by brick, hand over hand, fist over fist, the ocean's rising. Once upon a time, you didn't have to hide, so we built a wall. The ocean's rising, brick by brick, hand over hand, fist over fist. The ocean's rising, hey, one last time. Lie and say it's fine. Hey, one last time. Lie and say it's fine. Fall asleep, my little one, but don't dream big. Get married young, but don't have kids. Look both ways, but not ahead. There's no time to waste like your parents had. Hey, one last time. Lie and say it's fine. Hey, one last time. Lie and say it's fine. Once upon a time, this hill was mine, but the gates left open. The ocean's rising. Just go to sleep, my little one. That crash you heard is the ocean rising. Hey, one last time. Lie and say it's fine. Hey, one last time. Lie and say it's fine. Something like that.
Could everyone else hear that other stuff too?
Yes. Oh man.
I wish it was a ramp wave.
Actually, that sound. For some reason, while you were playing that with that effect, I kept on thinking of what's his name's Nude Descending a Staircase.
Oh, really? Huh. Interesting.
It's like that's what it was in the ears, you know. Who was that, Rob?
I'm not going to bring it to my head right now.
Oh, sorry.
We got to work that into the sets, man. That's such a cool song.
Yeah, the only trick is that like I have real trouble playing to clicks, and Sharif has this arpeggiator, to use a Venom word, that he likes playing along with it, and it all goes to hell very quickly when he kicks that in. But yeah, we've been playing it a lot on the Live from the Layers. So with all sorts of different instrumentation. It was really cool with
Keibel?
Seth's
Seth Keibel, yeah.
Seth Keibel, yeah, that was really badass.
Marcel Ducamp is the artist.
Oh, thanks.
Right on.
This Saturday, in Annapolis, Iliami will be performing at a place called the Dark Horse. And the main reason I took the gig, because it looks like it's going to be a pretty standard bar gig, even though we can fit most of the whole band in there, was because I wanted to play a gig for International Rabbit Day. beyond belief. It had no mind. The rabbit brought itself to bear on his whitened eye. A focus grew in numbers. Multiply, we keep them running. We focused on his head, his brain was feeling it's all too real. Gunshot spoke. We focused on his lack of mind. He came dying, he came dying, we helped him die. Frustrated beyond belief, the knife blade simply went too deep. The rabbit's eyes rolled. Bras were flooding and heads were rolling or about to roll. The alleys were flooding and I've just about reached that point. The city burns tonight, I cried. Paws at my side, lying soiled on my side. Never want to skin, I am all that's left of sin. And I lost my fight, yeah, I lost my fight. Taking the Great White Tower wasn't easy as it looked. The band kept leaping back. His eyes were full of doubt, but his teeth were full of rage, and he came flying. He came flying so high. It was a great day, much greater than you might think. The heat was too much. The old rabbit couldn't take the heat, and the rabbits dropped like rabbits, and you know they dropped like flies, but we kept them coming. We kept them coming. The city burns tonight, I cried. I was at my side. I was lying soiled on my side. And I didn't left for dead more than once I've lost my head. But I won't lose my fight. No, I won't lose my fight. Watch the rabbit took too long. Satisfaction was guaranteed. They marched too long, they starved too long. They left the rabbit to the dead. They were lying, rotting on their sides. They left the skull. They still lie in that. 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 Wrong. We are watching with our bright pink eyes. Our bright pink eyes are well frightened beyond belief. It had no mind. Heads were rolling and you know we dropped like flies. We burn that sour down. 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 The city burns tonight, I cried. I was at my side. I was lying soiled on my side. Left for dead more than once I've lost my head. I won't lose my fight. No, I won't lose my fight. I won't lose my fight. I won't lose my fight. Oh no. Oh no. So there was a whole other band in my head. That's the only reason I felt comfortable playing that.
I wish I was in the room with you on that one. I miss playing that song so much.
Well, you ready to play it on Saturday?
Yes.
I want to play my rabbit songs.
That's why I was playing along. You gonna
play it on Bones?
Yeah.
Yes, please. We're not going to do all the 3-part harmonies through telephones the way it was originally imagined, but that's okay. Anyway.
Oh, goodness. Right
And weird stuff for open mic day, because that's what we do.
The Dark Horse on Saturday evening.
9 to midnight.
Epiphone metal.
All right. Well, back after, so she was gone for 1 week and, everything went into chaos. She's like the center. She's now returned. Kate is back.
I'm the barnacle.
How's it going, Kate?
Someone
Barnacle?
clean the boat. Where'd she go? No.
No,
It's
no.
our friendship.
You're our anchor. Anchor.
Oh my goodness.
What's going on?
Wow, don't think about it too long. Yes, let's go with it. Yeah, sorry I'm late. Dang. So, yeah, I was doing a friend's B-Day, crab thing.
Oh, nice.
With
Nice.
some really sweet ducks, which Dave Benham, I took a picture of the beak to show you how they look like wolf faces on duck beaks. Anyway. I wasn't lying. Not that he thought I was. Okay, so I did the same thing. It's like I want to get better at not the computer, the piano or the keyboard or whatever. But then I'll figure out like a cover like that day or within 24 hours, and then cram it and then do it, and then it goes away. And I was like, I'm gonna stop doing that. And then yesterday I was like, I wanted to do a song from this band. I don't know. This popped up. I decided to do it, and it seemed easy at first, and I was like, oh no, there's 9 chords, and I only know A, E, and B. But I'm gonna do it, and we're just gonna see because, well, I think I said all that out loud. Did you guys hear something in your ears?
Yeah, that was out loud.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna play a song. Yeah, I'm doing 2 things that make me nervous, but okay. I'm just gonna do it. Is this the right? And this is near my mouth, right?
Yep, we got you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is this a good balance?
Yeah, I think so. You could bring up the piano a little bit more if you want, but I think it's pretty good.
When I was a boy, I learned not to cry. My daddy would scream, I learned how to rhyme. That full cut right off this rhythm of mine, leading me back before. What the hell? That full cut right off this rhythm of mine, leading me back before we unwind. If you ever change your mind, if you ever change your mind, I learned how to do better each time. I buried this heart and years went on by. But what do you do when there's nothing inside? Lost in the dirt, covered in vines. If you ever change your mind, if you ever change your mind. Weird switch here. This bone will break along a line, one that's been drawn for a long time, time. touch me and then teach me how to cry. If you ever change your mind. I think it stops.
Nice. So Lacey said that was Regina Spektor. Is that correct?
Okay, yeah.
Is it? Is it?
Little Shannon and the Clams, yeah.
Oh, Shannon and the Clams.
No, that's not. Yeah, Shannon and the Clams, yeah.
Okay.
I just assumed that's. Oh, I wonder if they covered it.
I don't know.
I mean, if Regina Spektor covered it. I'm not. I don't
know, but yeah.
know much. I was like, yeah.
It's a cool song, though.
I know.
Sure. Yeah, sure. The answer's sure. Sure.
Well,
Yeah,
what
I
you got
would've
next,
not-
Kate?
It's funny because, like, I think that was last week when I did that long ass one. Like, this is like takes me back to, it was talking about like losing a mom, and like this one is totally about a childhood with a dad, which I was like, no, it's totally like the only one of their songs that I could find online. But yeah, I really like it. They're really good. So this next thing I'm actually more nervous about, even though I think I played extra keys because my hands were like, so I'm gonna do more of that. All right, so this is a first time thing, and this sound might be like a weird combination, but I've never done anything to my brother's music. And well, I mean, we've done something together once back, but I just none of this matters. I'm sorry. I like came late and just like let me talk to you all till 12. All right. Okay. So I was talking about, I've always talking about what I'm not. Someone's like, "Oh, you're a rapper." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not a rapper." And then, they're like, "Oh, you're like something about like a musician." I'm like, "Oh, that doesn't feel right." So anyway, I'm always like, "What am I not?" And so I was kind of writing a little bit of something about what I'm not. And this song, my brother doesn't make tracks very long, so I'm using this track of my brother's, Knesebecker for the street in Berlin that we visited. And okay, this might be really weird, and I'm not gonna know until I start it, you guys. Okay. But it's kind of, it's not noisy, but I'm just gonna hope that I'm sorry, I'm talking so much, it's kind of ridiculous. Melody overflow, a tree should be interesting. Writing itself, poems painting what I felt in prose, in order or in poking holes in what I feel I know, but more rarely those embedded jokes, often soaked in sorrows, more yesterdays than tomorrows. My writing has been here for me through every tragedy, every forward step, and taken happily every lapse in back of me, captured metaphorically and forevermore, more importantly. I mostly often thought of what I'm not, so what am I not? That's something to think about. I often thought of what I'm not, so what am I not? That's something to think about. A little etiquette can go a long way when you're finding your place out of the comforts of a home game, like a slice of pie from a corner over to a bigger piece of cake. Too late once it's baked. Butter mistake can be finger picked to digitally erase and note take. No sense in nylon flowers composed with eyes closed. I'm a bomb, cadence fit, rich with bars and fluke-like symptoms of a songstress, much to love, much more to harness. And mess-ups can be just funny dressed up blessings or lessons. And I must confess, I've often thought of what I'm not, so now what am I not? That's something to think about. Let what I am coming out. But how did that sound? Was that
Sounded
That's
good.
cool. Yeah,
Rowan,
it's like
if I-
it.
if-
Oh, go ahead, sir.
If I may ask, Kate, do you have a book of your poetry?
No, I don't. I mean, well,
You
my
sh-
journal.
you should. Yeah.
But, oh, thank you. Cool.
Yeah,
thank
there's
you.
And there's an online publishing company. I have nothing to do with it. It's called Lulu, LULU.com, and they'll publish your stuff, for your personal use and at a very reasonable price. And I think you probably ought to put it all together one of these days, because I think a lot of us would enjoy it.
Well, thank you so much. That means
You're
a
wel-
lot.
you're wel-
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
I'll
You're
look
welcome.
into that.
Lulu's actually where Amy did our cookbooks.
Okay.
They do a great job.
Cook. I'm gonna
Did
pump you for
Amy release
information about
cookbooks?
this. Oh my god. I mean, not right now, but I'm gonna need to know a lot about that. How was y'all Saturday? Did I miss you telling? Rowan had a double show. You had a double thing of show and.
It was a
run?
very good day.
It was. It was. It was like it was like the first Tinsmith show in a year, and it was the first time in a long time that Tinsmith and Amy played near each other even. So.
And Amy kind of tore things up.
Yeah.
If I do say so myself. I think we were very. They had us on a mostly metal stage, and
So you're like,
and
"Don't mind if I
the volume levels were
Oh,
ridiculous.
ridiculous. And I feel that we were impassioned by the size of our subwoofers.
Yeah.
Also, John Roberts, they left all the delay effects that they use for your son on our center vocal. So when Heather goes up and does these like waily, like wah, then we had all the wah, wah,
Oops.
wah. Yeah. All the delay loops that he uses, I think they might have turned them down, but they didn't turn them off.
Yeah.
And now you need all of those because she won't sing again without those effects.
No,
now.
she kept trying to get him to change it, and I'm like, they're not getting it, Heather. Just
I
just
thought you
let it
guys
go.
played before LJR.
He sound checked right before us, so I think that all the settings were sequential like that.
Oh well.
They
Luke.
reversed out the sound check, so it makes sense. But yeah,
Thanks, Luke.
it's kind of funny.
Oh goodness. Well, I believe next up we have Mr. Chris Eric. How are you doing, Chris?
Hi, I'm here. I'm in a house of COVID, non-COVID sickness.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
well,
non-COVID plague house. So everybody's been varying degrees of ill. So I was like running away. It's like, who needs food? Who needs what? So that's awesome.
yeah. Not awesome, but
You
I
know
don't
who the
recommend
real victim is, though?
You,
It's
Jules.
me. It's
Yeah.
me. Exactly. Because we were supposed to do a live stream today, and
Yeah.
Chris was like, "Well, I have a family. They're sick. I need to take care of them.
All those
I'm
things happen.
dehydrated. Oh, I'm
In
tired."
those
But
terms.
the real winner here is that I skipped a day of that stupid plank challenge, and now that you've skipped a day, I'm caught back up.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I also got like no sleep and was maybe a little hungover from the weekend, but that's a separate conversation. Because it turns out you can have a really nice like day and a half-ish of mostly just bread and beer, but eventually that stops working. That's the whole story. So I went and wrote a new song. How is that volume-wise?
I think
Is
that's
that coming
good.
through okay?
I think that's all right.
Okay. No, not beer bread, Lacey. So here's a new song. Here's where it falls apart. All the best laid plans and all of that. Here's where it crumbles like we thought. It's all so overwrought. Just a little too excited excited to see you. Oh, it's over, all over again and again. Watch now, I think you'll see the bit where everyone knows it but me. This will play on in my mind at inopportune times. Just a little too excited to see you. Oh, it's over, all over again and again. Don't you think I see how sad it is this late day to be without a clue? You'd think I would, wouldn't you? Here's where I double back and rehash it all to myself, and then, as if that's not enough, I may call your bluff. Just a little too excited to see you. Oh, it's over, all over again. Just a little too excited to see you. Oh, it's over, all over again and again.
That's my new favorite Kiss song.
I love the guitar tone on
Cool
that.
riff.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
And
Yeah, just
of course,
kind of.
you know, the Rowan ending, always a fan.
I thought of you when I did it too. I'm like, Rowan's gonna say this is a Rowan ending. Rowan's not wrong about it being a Rowan ending.
Think I want a Ritz cracker. You missed my Harrison Ford impression earlier, so just
I wouldn't say I missed it.
I think I want a Ritz cracker.
Chew it, chew it. Point, Chris
I
Aaron.
want a Ritz cracker. My wife.
I'm the president of the United States.
Get off my wife.
And my plane. Yeah, I guess I'll. Wait, Kate, am I supposed to play something particular?
Well, you know, I love Poison, and I don't know. I enjoyed Driveway because I did go back and listen. I was like, oh my god, it's so good. So I won't pretend that I didn't get to hear that. Well, or no, it's too late. Yeah, what do you think about playing Poison? Is it on the computer or?
If it's one of these pieces of paper, then I will play it. If it is, it is this piece of paper.
Oh my god!
I guess. Oh my god! It was so weird. Was it, Rowan? Was it last? Time has no meaning. Was it last week when I hosted with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Kate wasn't here.
That is correct.
And I didn't know what to believe anymore because I am sure you had missed some, but I'm pretty sure everyone I ever was at, you were at, so it was very confusing and off-putting. So thank you for putting some order back into the universe.
Oh my gosh! Thank you.
See, Anchor.
Yes, the anchor. So here's I'm Poison. I'm poison in so many ways. Don't get too close. You'll be off balance for days, and still better off and most. No matter what you've heard, that's probably true. I'm giving this one last warning to you. Oh, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm poison to all living things. If you didn't know, if it walks or swims or does something with wings, it's sure to go. No matter what you've heard, that's probably true. I'm giving this one last warning to you, though I'm not here to tell you what to do. You'd better not think you'll be the one to make it go away, as if you're the first to have that idea. They're all disillusioned and gray. I'm poison and that's how it is. You can't change my mind. Just look at all the destruction I caused. It's not hard to find. No matter what you've heard, that's probably true. I'm giving this one last warning to you, though I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm poison in so many ways. Thanks.
Chris Eric,
Chris,
y'all.
thank you.
So good.
Yes, Jules?
Thanks a lot.
What's happening here?
Thanks.
This feels loaded in some way,
He was
Jules.
crying. It's
No, I'm actually
awkward.
thanking you. Did that sound like incredulous or like dismissive or something?
Have you ever seen the Kids in the Hall bit where the guy only sounds sarcastic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and who's
Yes.
next? Improv.
Oh, goodness. It would be remiss of me not to mention K-Said, our Twitch mod out there, keeping the trolls at bay. Thank you, Kay.
Oh, hey, Kay said I miss you when I'm on the back line too. You say funny things. She still got the laugh from me of
joke of the
week
show last week. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Everybody's like, because
I'm the
Rowan's
host now.
hosting,
I'm
I'm
the host
hosting,
now.
Jules is kind of hosting. John Patton suddenly jumped into second chair and did an amazing job. And I'm like, and I wrote in the comments like, everyone's a host tonight. And she's like, well, in that case, welcome to VOM number 129. It was fantastic.
Thank you, Kay. All right. And now I believe next up, our ultimate performer for the evening, we have Mr. Grover Duffield. Welcome back, Grover.
Hey, Grover.
Penultimate, I think you'll find.
I'm sorry, what?
There's a post-credit
Penultimate, I think you'll
sequence.
find.
It is
Penultimate.
so good to be
Is
back.
there someone after him?
Lacey.
Oh.
Lacey's playing. I
Oh,
didn't
she's going to
know.
jump in. Okay, cool. But, sorry. What were you saying, Grover?
It is so good to be back.
It's good to have you back, man.
I haven't been playing much recently. But anyway, this first song I'm going to do is a brand new song. It's actually a song from a prompt I got here. The prompt was never too wrong. But I am so old and so damn slow that I've finally got a song about it. Only Never Too Wrong turned into It's Always Wrong, so but I still titled it Never Too Wrong. The horrors of war can lay at your feet.
feet. Forgetting them is never complete. So you pray they do not repeat, only to see that go down in defeat. The horrors of war, the lives you can't see, the people living in poverty. So many mouths to feed, the eyes and cries of the children in need. It's always wrong, the horrors of war. Seconds are long in the horrors of war. You can never escape the horrors of war. It becomes your fate, the horrors of war. The horrors of war on every TV. Propaganda is all that you see, and it forever seems to repeat, while those in control grow fat in their seats. It's always wrong seeing the horrors of war. Seconds are long in the horrors of war. You can never escape the horrors of war. It becomes your fate, the horrors of war. The horrors of war can take your life, destroy your family, lose your wife. Still you fight every day to keep the horrors of war at bay. It's always wrong, the horrors of war. Seconds are long in the horrors of war. You can never escape the horrors of war. It becomes your fate, the horrors of war.
Hi.
Different, very dark and black.
You know, like war and the world.
Like war in the world. Something I remember from my time in the Marine Corps. All right. This is one you guys have heard, but it got updated. Excuse me. The greens and golds, the autumn leaves, their beauty brings me to my knees as I learn to walk my way. The fall of life has come my way. Silver of your golden hair, your sparkling eyes still take me there. Your beauty takes me to my knees as I walk along life's fallen leaves. I walk along life's fallen leaves. We gathered round life's burning fire. We played the game of heart's desire. Still in my heart, the autumn flame, where you remain, where you remain. The music from the mountain fair lifted our souls as we danced on air. Now through this window, through this pain,
fall of life has come to stay. Yet in my room, though memories remain, the fall of life has come to stay. The fall of life has come to stay. Thank you. Couple of different
Very nice.
sides of the same musician.
Yeah, that
We
was
all
great.
contain multitudes.
Well, except Jules.
Except for me, I'm very one-dimensional.
Yes.
Abolish the Senate, abolish the Senate, abolish
No,
the
I would
Senate.
have said
Jesus
two.
Christ.
Like you're kind of flattened out. You know,
I thought
one
it
is
was
just a point.
I thought it was just a little point, like a prick, like a little
No,
point
because
prick.
you'd have to have a point to be. No, sorry.
Oh, speaking of things with the point, we're at the pointy end of the night.
That is true. And
131. That's really the
1:30,
number
buddy.
that it is. It's
1:30.
1:31.
Open mic on Thursday in
Thursday
Ellicott
nights
City,
at Old Golf.
Ellicott City.
well, I think
Okay.
now is time for Lacey Anthony. How are you, Lacey?
I'm here.
I'm glad you're here.
Oh, I have a kitten.
You have a kitten on you.
Where's Sugar Mama? She's somewhere. Her and Savannah have been. This kitten is not staying with me, but she is slowly taking Brooks's place anyway. I adopted the mom cat. Her name is Sugar, and she and Savannah have been like kind of at odds, but not so much so that I'm very concerned about it. But I did hear a kerfuffle last night, and I didn't go check until this morning, and there were little tufts of white cat hair all over the room. So like, I used to have a roommate with a black cat, and you could always tell which one had won whatever kerfuffle because you would see either black tufts of fur or white tufts of fur being dominant. Now I don't know. But in my head, I always imagine cat fights kind of like animated pillow fights, but with like a whole lot more meowing. Like, I should probably be more invested in that cats fighting, but it hasn't been so bad that I'm worried about them being maimed, and they both have clipped claws in all their shots. So, though I've been able to get them to eat next to one another. So,
Well, that's always good. If you can get them to share a meal, then.
So I think and Brooks keeps trying to insert himself in. I'm like, you are gonna get murdered, sir. So I put the little like cat pillow cone thing on Brooks, partially because I want it to annoy him back for annoying me, but also because I feel like it gives him a little like safety donut. He's gonna keep throwing himself into the middle of a cat fight. So he has a little orange slice around his neck, and that's what's been happening in my house as I've been sick. So I am testing COVID negative, still not feeling 100%, but definitely better today than yesterday.
Glad you're negative. Really glad to hear it.
So it might rebound. I might have the Paxlovid rebound, but I don't think I'm like.
Wait, have the what now? What now?
The way the Paxlovid works is it suppresses the virus's ability to replicate.
Okay.
So that keeps your viral load down and keeps you from getting as sick. But because of the way it works, sometimes there's still enough viral load at the end of that course that you get a little kind of like surge back up.
I wonder if that was all the vertigo I had after, because I used it too.
So you can test. So like you'll feel better for a couple days, and then you might have another couple days where you feel a little worse, and then it goes all the way away. Because your immune system by then has like some training wheels extra to deal with it. But so we'll see. I'm just still bitter about it.
Well, be okay so I can go back to enjoying making fun of you.
Yeah,
it's
you
no
would
fun.
be nice to me now.
I
For
do.
now.
Well, you said something nice to Joylene. She just looked up one day and went, "She's a really good friend to you." I'm like, what? No, she's not.
I messaged her and I was like, I just need you to know how much your husband sucks.
Yeah, and she's like, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
You get us.
Yeah.
Exactly what happened.
So what are you playing, jerk?
I'm gonna play the Catch Some Z's song and then the robots.
Oh, yay.
There we go. Lacey Anthony.
Hey Hey, Lacey, before you get going,
Yep.
make sure your original sound is on. It sounds like it's
Oh, it
cutting
is
out.
off. Is that better?
I think so.
All right. That's weird. That setting hasn't changed back for like the 2 years we've been doing this, except for tonight. All right. I don't have my other mic hooked up tonight, so it's just my laptop. A is for always, B for be my baby, and C is for can you stay? Why? D is for don't you dare leave me, and E is everything you are to me. F is forever my favorite friend, and G is got you to the end. H is for hello and how do you do. Oh, I is for I love you. J is for just joking, I think, and K is for I am kidding too. L is for loving you. M is for mine, oh mine. N is for never forget to open your heart, open your heart. P is for never shall we part. Q is for quiet now. R is for rest. S for sleepiness. T for take me away. U for under those covers now. And V is for very with a side of extraordinary, and Y is for you're my favorite friend. Getting that now. It's time to catch some disease. Oh, it's time to count some sheep. 1, 1, 2, 3. It's time to catch some Z's. So it's time to count some sheep. 1, 1, 2, 3. It's time to catch some Z's. Go to sleep. Everybody take a nap. Nap, snap, snap, snaps.
It's definitely getting towards nap time.
Snap,
but
snap, snap.
That'd be a pretty weird VOM. Just tune in and we're all snoozing.
It's a lot, man. It's been a lot of bombs.
Pro nap.
Do a 24-hour one.
Really
just has, like,
talented
3 hours of
nappers,
sleep.
man.
Let me play for about 20 minutes. I'll be asleep.
I've definitely napped in some interesting places. I fell asleep in the middle of HF Festival one year.
Oh,
Jesus!
I should have, my doctor should have been more alarmed then, but I just was out. Everybody was like, I needed to nap.
Booba Stank is playing. How could you fall asleep?
I used to be able to fall asleep sitting up at a picnic table. I missed that ability as a kid.
I
could do
either
that.
just can't sleep at all, or I'm just asleep in kind of inappropriate, confusing times. Just out. I slept through like all of my college econ class. I still got an A. I don't know how. But
It's because it's all bullshit.
I just learned by osmosis. I just like went to sleep, and just absorbed material. Econ and stats, I don't know why. I just was like, I just did them. I'm not good at math usually. Just those specific words. All right. The broken thing I should have kept. Maybe.
Robot song.
Know. I'm kind of
Robot
over
body
it.
song.
Just get rid of this shit.
Robot body song.
Shut up.
It's good to see you too, Lacey.
Yeah. All right. Like to trade this broken body today. Like to trade out all the day. Like to get back some of my autonomy. So give me by day. Want to be a robot today. Want to be a robot today. Give me a new kit of parts. Don't even care if you gon' take my heart. So tight holes. I'd rather be just bolts and nuts than always feeling so cut up. Give me robot body. Want to be a robot today. Want to be a robot today. Like to not feel so much of my face. I'd like it even better if my spine would stay in place. If I didn't feel so much, that might just really be okay. So I'll give me a robot body. Want to be a robot today. Want to be a robot today. Like it even more if I wasn't falling apart. So I'll give me my choice. Go ahead and break my heart. 'Cause I'm tired all the time, feeling nothing might be fine. But I wonder if I miss you. Oh, I wonder if I miss you. Sun on your face. I wonder if I miss you. Warmth of embrace. Wonder if the trade out of all of this pain worth it tomorrow like it feels today. But I want to be a robot today. Want to be a robot today. Wonder if I miss this broken thing. I like adopting those little vocal fills to mask when I just like completely forget whatever the fuck I'm doing.
Nice, they worked. They worked.
Solid.
Don't give away
Time
the
it.
secret.
This is when I forget my lyrics. This is when I fill that in.
We all do that.
It's just, it's yeah. I wish I would have learned that skill sooner.
Well, thank you for dropping in, Lacey. I'm sorry you're feeling poorly, but it's really nice to have you back. So.
Yeah, thanks for hosting. I'm glad I made it. I feel kind of sweaty and gross, but I'm here. You didn't need to know that.
It's one of the advantages of a dim room and not a solid internet signal.
Yeah. and
me and
performing
Rowan were
virtually.
talking. Me and Rowan were talking a lot about
That
how
little
like
cat
we
looks
really
just like
regret
my-
the fact that
my
high def
brother.
video and high definition cameras arrived just in time for us to be 40 plus.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's
Funny
okay.
as Dad.
I always love little black cats.
Well, you know what I say.
That's a precious little cat right there.
Yeah, they,
I think
that's
Lacey's
fine.
about to have
What?
another cat.
Wait,
Okay.
what do you say, Rowan?
Oh.
Rowan
I
had something
say
he wanted to
shave away the gray. There you go.
But then I'd be clean shaven, and nobody wants that.
Oh yeah, I saw pictures of Chris without his beard.
Oh,
and
yeah.
with hair.
Oh, this
and I
is
told
like
him he
30
looks like-
years ago.
He looks like a young Latino gentleman.
A little bit.
Well,
Yeah,
Kinda
you're not
looks
wrong.
like
Maybe you
like a
remember
Jimmy
when my
Smits
mother
type.
when my mother asked me to leave the sound check when I'd shaved.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And she said, please, the audience isn't allowed in until after they're done sound checking.
My dad has a mustache and has like almost all of my life. There's 2 instances in my entire memory that I remember him shaving it. And what is always shocking is remembering that he has no top lip, for starters. But also, growing up, he shaved, and our cat, who was my cat, but like loved my dad more than anybody else, wouldn't talk to my dad until his mustache came back. She was like, "Get the fuck out of here with that!" Like whenever he would walk by, she would just like hiss and like scurry off. And like she definitely knew it was him because they use more than just their sense of sight. She just thought he was really ugly without his mustache.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've been.
I had
yeah,
I had
go
a
ahead.
beard for like 10 years. When I shaved it off, my daughter was 3, and she's standing on the toilet seat watching me shave it off, and she's all puffed up. She held off crying until I got most of the way done.
I shaved off my mustache once when I was, I don't know, 30, no, probably almost 40. And my 10-year-old daughter at the time burst into tears and made me promise to never do that again.
I've been clean
know,
shaven maybe like 2 or 3 weeks the entire 24 years Joylene and I have been together, so she's made her feelings clear. Like,
Oh my god.
cover that shit up, you know?
Oh my god.
I think she called me and complained.
Oh,
She
wow.
may have. That's entirely possible.
I had a beard for a couple of years, and wife didn't say anything about it. I shaved it off one day. Oh, you
Yeah.
look so great.
Yeah, I'm going for the big bushy beard again.
I recommend. It helps to pass the time.
Yeah, I was there, but it shaved on razor blades. That was a big thing. But
Oh, yeah.
I just got bad at it, and I was too tired. At one point, my kids weren't sleeping. The first time I had a beard in Baltimore was because I couldn't hold my arms up long enough when they weren't sleeping to shave the sides. So I'm just like, I guess I have a beard now.
well, I had a palsied radial nerve in between there, so that kind of like made it a little difficult to shave with. But that was a good excuse. But anyway,
Whatever we have to say so we don't have to shave. I can't.
Yeah,
Can't
right.
with that.
What happened is it was gray only on one side, so that's what
I've got like the major one I didn't know about. Like apparently this side of my face is even older than this side.
Yeah.
There's like a giant white patch like right here.
That's it. That's what happens.
Well, I've got a scar that goes from behind my ear all the way down to the center of my throat. And it looks way better when it's covered.
Well, there's a good reason.
Don't they all?
Yeah.
Righto.
Well.
Well,
Tell you one last really funny dad story.
Oh, yeah,
because
okay.
the only other time my dad shaved his mustache was in advance of an 80s theme party, and he had me help him bleach his hair and his eyebrows and shaved his mustache.
What in the mighty Thor?
He just was like, "This is what I'm doing now," and I'm like, "You're a grown ass person."
Yeah.
All right then. Here we go.
How old's your dad, Lacey?
And then he decided he liked it.
Why did he dye
My
blue?
dad's 62 now, but this was probably like 10 years ago.
We want
Yeah,
to meet your
shit
dad.
starts getting weird when guys are in their 50s. I speak from
And
personal
I'm
experience.
trying to, like, I can't even remember, like, my brain's totally blanking. He went as somebody.
Sounds like not Tony Blair. What's his name?
No. Billy Idol.
Billy Idol. I had
Billy
Billy
Idol,
Joel
that's
stuck
right.
in my head, and I was
Really?
like, "That's
Yeah,
not
Billy
it."
Idol.
But
That's
yeah, my
pretty cool.
dad decided
Well
to
played,
be
Grover.
Billy Idol, and then he after that he was like, "Yeah, I think I like being blonde," but it was like very orange, and I was like, "Please let me tone this for you," and like if nothing else, and he just like committed to it for a while, and we all just let him.
So would you say that with a rebel yell, he cried more?
Good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Grab faces,
grab
blah, blah,
someone's
blah.
face.
Get out.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, people.